Zimbabwe, Mount Hampton, Zimbabwe. At times, destitute children sleep at her shack, packed inside her thatched kitchen hut. But more often, homeless children just want to feed from the poor Good Samaritan before returning to the streets of the Zimbabwean capital. Saratsai Chinawata, 54, one of the slum dwellers in Mount Hampton outside Harrow, regularly feeds and accommodates the children, but has had no worries about her initiative despite being not formally employed, because she receives help from well-wishers. Instead, Chinawata said her concern has been to ensure homeless children she has welcomed in her shack always find something to eat. And if possible, even a place to sleep in her dwelling, which she shares with her 5-year-old grandson. Her only daughter, and mother to her grandson, lives and works in neighboring South Africa, helping despite lack of resources. But, even under the circumstances, Chinawata, who is a street vendor at times in the Harrow Central Business District, or by the highway to Chinhoyi, a farming town northwest of Harrow, has not given up on helping poor homeless children. Yet, last month, another Good Samaritan, Onainuatiwa, who ran an unregistered Ruoko Rawamori Children's Trust in the slums of Mount Hampton, was censured by authorities before the children were taken by social welfare agents. But Chinawata had a narrow escape and has since kept helping homeless children at her shack. I get donations in cash and kind from well-wishers to help me assist the homeless children I meet here, Chinawata told Anadolu Agency. For the children's food, she often prepares mealy rice and tomato soup, which the children are fond about, she said. Poor well-wishers treated with suspicion. Yet, amidst poverty, many Good Samaritans like Chinawata do not find it easy to help the nation's homeless children. Each time you want to help street kids, people think you want to use them for your own gain, said Chinawata. The rules meant to fight the spread of the coronavirus have also made it hard for many who are poor, like Chinawata, to freely have homeless children lining up for food at their homes. You make the kids line up for food or stay at your place at your own peril, because there are always people who tip authorities that someone is breaking COVID-19 rules and they can come for you and arrest you, she said. But Chinawata insisted, I just do my part and become fulfilled, that at least I am helping the poor children. Close quote. According to child rights defenders like Maitline Jirazi, the number of homeless children in Zimbabwe is tough to determine with exactness. Close quote. Having children living on the streets is not a new phenomenon in this country. In fact, during the late 1980s, homeless children became common facets of the urban landscape of this country, especially here in Harrow, she told Anadolu Agency. The poor sharing with homeless children. So, now as the crisis of homeless children deepens in Zimbabwe's towns and cities, Good Samaritans like Chinawata have had no option as they strive to help children whom they have sheltered in inhabitable slums, where basic sanitation facilities are entirely non-existent. For Zimbabwe's poverty-stricken Good Samaritans like Lynette Chizuzu, 43, who lives in Epworth, a poor settlement east of Harrow, what matters is to feed the unfortunate homeless children with whatever little I can get, no matter how poor or good the food may seem to be, she said, apparently unperturbed about what she gets in return for sacrificing her time and few belongings to help homeless children. Chizuzu, who is also a slum dweller, said, what I enjoy most is seeing the poor children well fed and sheltered where possible. Meanwhile, despite grappling with inflation hovering above 800% in March, Zimbabwe set up the Hampton Vocational Center as a prospective home for homeless families and children living on the streets. Homeless children switching back to street life. But, even then, homeless children have not found the center adequate, choosing rather to return to the streets or switch to poor Good Samaritans like Chinoeta and Chizuzu. At the Hampton Vocational Center, government workers there give us very small portions of food and they harass us. I enjoy being on the streets getting help, often from kind well-wishers, Mantasi Ngwabi, 12, told Anadolu Agency. Yet, even as Zimbabwe's Good Samaritans stretch their hands helping the country's homeless children, few well-to-do celebrities like my Titi have been on record donating toward the cause of homeless children who apparently have found sanctuaries with big-hearted Samaritans. With her trade name, My Titi, Philistus Muratra Edwards is a Zimbabwean comedian, gospel artist, entrepreneur and popular master of ceremonies, MC. Post published in Featured.